All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect. Coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou this word that I speak in thine ears and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. You have the same thing here going on today, where the men of the Lord, the servants of prophets, are prophesying against America, Babylon, the Great, which is the most vile, wicked, decrepit, perverse kingdom that has been seen upon the planet Earth, right? Because you got to think, when the Greeks came into power, when the Greeks came into rule, it said, matter of fact, let's get that real fast. What did it say about them when the Edomites came into rule, right? Under the banner of the Greeks, because they were Edomites by nationality. The book of First Maccabees, and I'll just start at verse 1 and I'll jump. It says, and it happened after Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came up out of the land of Chetam, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and the Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece, all right, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. Now let's jumping to verse 7. Since so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Now, mind you, the Holy Scriptures are not only a book of prophecy, not only a book of instructions, laws, statutes, and commandments for the children of Israel to govern the earth in the correct manner as it should be governed in, because we were given the ways of the Lord of how to, the ways of righteousness, the ways of the Lord of how to run the earth, okay, and the people upon the planet Earth. Okay, so jumping to verse 7, it says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Oh yeah, so I mentioned history because, Alexander the Great is always mentioned. When we went to school, this individual was always mentioned, right? But it was never told to us that this same individual that they always read about and the things that he have done and what his people have done was also mentioned in the Holy Scriptures. Okay? So this is what it's talking about. Alexander the Great. And his servants bear rule, every one of them, and everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them. Many years and evils were multiplied in the earth. So when the Greeks was in the rule, it says what? When they came into this power, all right, and, just everything was passed down, like I'm saying, to them different kings, or the people that was coming up in that stead, these were still Greeks. It says evils multiplied on the earth. Okay, so how much more when Rome came into power, all right, under the banner of the Edomites. Okay, now when we look here at America, Babylon, the Great, this is Rome 2.0. So how much more wicked and perverseness that we see here? So why wouldn't we be chanting down this place to be destroyed? Why wouldn't we be prophesying against this place to be destroyed? See? So if you think the evils multiply in both of those two wicked kingdoms, which is spoke about in the Holy Scriptures, okay, which you got the third beast, which is Greece, and the fourth, which is Rome. Then we have here now today, America, Babylon, the Great, which is all these different, customs and philosophies, okay, ways, the ways, which is all mingled, okay, mingled together, rolled up into one pot of gumbo to what we have now here, That's why the scriptures also talk about the image of the beast, how this place is, has adopted that image and putting forth that image, which is now speaking, okay, which is a way of life. And this is what you see happening here, in America, Babylon the Great. But let's continue. I'll get into that in a further lesson, another time. So verse 8 again, it says, the prophet that had been before me, before the of old, prophesied both against, meaning they were against, they were not in, they were not in agreement. They did not make an alliance with this place, but they were against it. Okay, they opposed it. Both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And this is what we are telling the people of what's coming. This is what we are warning, right? Our people, first and foremost, of what is coming. Prophecy. What we are telling just the people in the world as we're prophesying, like, look, this is coming. Take heed. Right? Because whether you hear it for beer, you should know that the prophet was among you, because these things will happen. Right? Verse 9, it says, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of that prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord have truly sent him. Then Hananiah the prophet took the yoke from off the prophet Jeremiah's neck and break it. So that's just the point I wanted to get of the true prophet is going to be prophesying of what's actually to come. The true prophet is going to what? They're going to speak the oracles of the Most High. That's what you're supposed to do. And you're going to prophesy of the things that is actually going to come to pass. Let's go here and jump and get the book of Habakkuk. Chapter 2, verse 1, it says, and I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and watch to see what he will say unto me and what I should answer when I am reproved. And the Lord said, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision of it is yet for an appointed time. You see, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Are not we seeing these things speak? Right? Are not we witnessing, the prophecy, the things written in the Holy Scriptures happening? Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. You see? And although these things, may seem like it's taking a while, no, everything is yet for an appointed time. It's happening on the Lord's time. See, we are just waiting, okay? We are the hopeful elect. We're just patiently waiting, okay, for these things to come to pass, because we know of when these things come to pass, the pestilence and the famine and the wars and the rumors of wars, all these things, earthquakes in diverse places, the uprising of the people, all these things are what? The sign of the end, and a sign of us going home. Okay, even us waking up to the Spirit, which is prophecy, when you can get in the book of Ezekiel, 37th chapter. These are signs of us what? About to return to go home. You see? So it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. It's talking about who? Esau, Edom, the man of moral decay, the man of destruction, the man of sin, whom he is now revealed. Okay, he is being revealed to the world of he is the complete devil. He is in complete opposition against the Most High God, which he tells the world differently. The world looks at him as he is a man of God or a people of God, and really he's Satan, man. Right? He's the adversary. He's an opposer of the Most High in his ways and his prophets. Verse 5, yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth to him all nations, heapeth to him all people. And this is what this man is doing. Okay, not only is he proud, okay, not only, does he transgress by wine, all the wicked philosophies that he put forth throughout the world that had these people drunk off the filth and abomination of his cup that is poured, of the cup that is in his hand. He can't be satisfied. Everything that he do is about greed. It is about comes with death. You know, comes with a form of annihilation. You know, to the earth. You know, whether it's through the water, whether it's through the food, whether it's through people's necessities that they need for everyday use. Okay, but he enlarges his desire is hell and his death. No matter what he does, he just cannot be satisfied. He just keeps going and going and going and going. You know? And what he does not benefit the earth and doesn't benefit the people, but he continues to do it anyway. Why? Because the soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. All right? He is not a moral person. Okay? But gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people. Okay, and he wants everybody under his authority. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? To him that leadeth himself with thick clay, and that's going into the debt. And this is what you are witnessing right now, as the nations are starting to rise up against this man. Okay. As you read in the book of Joel, let the weak say I'm strong. This is what you're witnessing. The nations are rising up against this man. Okay? Now, this is another tell sign of he is at his end. Okay? He is at his end, because before, the nations wouldn't rise up against him when he was in his glory or his power. But now, since he's losing that, the nations are seeing that, and the nations are coming together via prophecy. Right? It shows that he is at his end of the end. This is a part of the end of his rulership. These are the signs that are part of the end of his rulership. Okay, with the nations rising up against him. So, just thought to do a quick hit to the spirit. So next time I want to say shalom.